What's going on, guys? We are at Nomadic Customs yet again. We're touring yet again. We're touring.
Say it with enthusiasm, Jarrod.
I'm sorry, it's morning time, but what's really cool is how many people do you have working on this right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They're delivering it to like the clients later on today.
Yep.
And you've got all your people working on just the finishing touches.
Yep, all the little finishing touches.
So this will be an interesting
Devil in the
tour.
details.
Yeah, this will be an interesting tour because they're still doing the finishing touches. So we're gonna get this beautiful mug on, this guy off, and we're gonna do a tour of your latest van.
Yeah.
Here's your enthusiasm. Marky Mark.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
A lot of people working on the van, so hopefully we got not too much noise going on.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Kind of give me a breakdown of what's going on. What do you got? What van is this?
Well, first, I just gotta blow up these guys. I work with the best people, so
awesome.
I'm pretty stoked to have these guys around. And this van is a van for a couple out down in California. Super awesome couple. A weekend warrior getaway from home situation.
So this isn't full time for them.
This isn't full time for them now.
And it is a ProMaster 159?
It's a ProMaster 159. What's exciting about this is that this is kind of like our, I guess what would be similar to a kit build, because we have all the things in here that we normally have templated for, basically. So we've got like these pieces that can be interchangeable, but still be considered a full custom build.
Right.
You know? So it's not like, you know, the modular system. Mm-hmm. It's more like the old Sears and Roebuck houses where you could like build your Craftsman, but have like the different pieces to it.
That's pretty rad. And you left it pretty raw on the inside, as in unfinished staining, unfinished painting. Why is that?
These guys weren't really sure what they wanted to do for finishes, and we were running up against some deadlines, and so they were like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and take that on ourselves, and it'll save us a little bit of money, it saves us a little bit of time, and then they'll get to really kind of think about how they want it to be done in the end, which is kind of cool.
I think it's pretty rad.
Yeah. You kind of did that with Carol's too.
Yeah, I remember. I think it's a great idea. You can kind of travel in and explore in it and then decide what you want, right?
Yeah.
And again, like you said, saves the client a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Because it's like another couple of days, a week's worth of work for you.
It's like a week and a half.
Really? Of finishing?
Of just finish.
Really? That's crazy. You know everybody's name working on it right now, so we can kind of shout out other names.
Yeah, so that's Tim over there.
Cool. What's up, Tim?
And Allie.
Allie. Hello. Down and dirty in there. Great. Yeah.
Mary's just behind here. She's electrical extraordinaire.
Gotcha.
Andy's kind of putting in our last little locking mechanisms and stuff.
Awesome.
And then you got Anthony down on the far end doing some metal work. And then Drew's helping us out today with some finish work.
And then you.
And then me, and Rolo.
And Rolo, and hey Rolo. And your right-hand man, Bryn's not here, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna survive without him.
Bryn worked late last night.
With you, I believe,
with
right?
Me,
yeah.
Mary and Bryn and I were all the late crew. And Anthony, actually. I'm gonna end up owing something, I know I am.
All right, well, without getting in anybody's way, do you want to step in and we can kind of show what you got going on?
Yeah, so kind of the bed, and we have like our water box, which has we can look at this in the back, but water box, power box, bed frame on the top.
Sorry, Mary.
It's okay.
We can do a little bit of a
I guess that's how you should do this.
pull-out table.
Whoa, I didn't see that.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Those are heavy-duty slides?
They are, and then it all locks into place. Bryn trim that we always seem to
that's right.
get into everything.
And you did it on the windows too here, again.
On the windows too, yep. 1-inch solid walnut countertop.
And that was the per client's choice. They wanted the dark tone because it obviously matches the floor.
Yep, exactly. And then in here we did a little closet situation with some pull-out boxes so they can pack them up and then bring them in here. And
so none of these are on slides?
Nope.
Okay.
You know, they can totally take them out and then bring them back and pack them up.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that was actually per client request.
Awesome.
Like this chunk right here, this is like our 2 refrigerator. This can turn into a closet, or like these guys kind of did an extended pantry. A little bit of extra space down there with mechanicals.
That's all the water pumps.
Extra space down here under the refrigerators, and then like a little pantry space up top up here.
So you can make
like,
this entire kit, is what you're
this
saying?
would be one kit, right?
Gotcha.
Or this would be one modular piece. And then we have like our 4-foot galley where we have our sink and gray water, drawer section, and then another pantry area, or in these case, these guys are putting their induction cooktop in there. And then down here, just extra space. We can put garbage and recycling, we can put other drawers in there. So like this little 4-foot galley would be a unit. Then,
But you make them different sizes. I think you were telling me that you make them
3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot.
whatever you want, really.
Built to suit, basically.
Like if somebody didn't want this refrigerator set up, you could actually extend this galley longer.
Yeah,
Okay.
or we could take this whole outline of this and turn it into a shower,
Oh, okay.
right?
I see what you're saying.
And then we have a different configuration, like a refrigerator in the galley or whatever. So we can kind of configure things into these like generalized boxes, I guess you could say.
How hard is it to install these generalized boxes?
Not terribly hard. It's the hard part.
The hard is making it.
The hard part is making it, doing like walls and stuff. Like we can give people cutouts for the windows and all that stuff, but you still have to do the framing and
Right.
all the stuff, kind of the guts behind it.
The guts behind it that nobody sees.
That nobody sees, and that's
Ever.
the stuff that really takes the time. So that's where we would be able to help out with doing some consulting or advising
Right.
on that.
Who picked these finishes? Because I actually like them a lot.
Yeah, the clients did. They got into town, saw what we were kind of doing or the direction that we were heading, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll go pick this up." It's come together beautifully.
I really, really like the handles on all the poles, and oh man, it's so cool looking.
Yeah, this is all kind of set up for the ProMaster. We still are trying to do stuff for the Transit and the Sprinter.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same modular zone.
Dude, shout out to Mary. She literally just worked around Mark and I while we were doing this.
But then, yeah, we can still do kind of like the 3 sectional uppers, 2 sectional uppers.
I mean, that's so nice.
We can do configurations where we have 2 uppers and 3 uppers, the center thing. So there's maybe 8 different layouts that we can fit these little modular sections into. This is going to be like a little toilet.
Oh, and you even cut this out so you can sit?
Cut that out so you can sit down, and then storage,
This edge, I know.
and then
And then all your power set up?
you have
yeah.
one of those tools. You know what I'm talking about?
Now, you have these switches under here, and
Yeah.
I know what they are, but maybe you can explain them to everybody.
So that's just to give more direct light. And then we actually put a little ambient light in this one up above.
Oh, like little nighttime light?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then we have these like little reader lights back here,
So nice.
in blue, and give you a night light or like direct light.
I like those. Where'd you get those?
But I do know that.
I think just on Amazon.
Yeah, you have no idea when you buy stuff. I know. You're like.
I just like click. I hit the click button a lot.
By the way, I really like how Mark kind of does this. This is, if anybody knows woodworking, he matched up the grains right here, right? You did that?
Yep.
And then
Yeah, and
this
then
is
you
a
have
sink.
your sink in there.
And that's
Nice.
a black granite?
It's like a composite granite sink. Yeah.
So it's not as heavy as granite,
Right.
but it's durable.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We put these window rings in the ProMasters. You can get about another 2.5 inches of space.
Yep.
The gentleman whose van this is, he's I think 6'1". So he's actually right here
Okay.
when he's standing in here, so he doesn't hit, his hair doesn't hit or anything. He's just like right under the
Wow.
ceiling. But this, we put these on both sides so that he can have a little extra head and toe space when sleeping this direction. 'Cause this direction's about 6 foot, and then we gained probably another. Actually, I could probably tell you.
Do you have a tape on you?
Yeah. So the width with these window rings, we're at 76 inches.
And 72 is 6 feet.
Yeah. So 6'4".
6'4", great. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah. So someone that's 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", they can still like.
And he's making faces.
I'm just working.
Oh, yeah, just working. Okay, sure.
I'll work. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're all working. And I think we're in Drew's area.
We are in Drew's area, so we're gonna go to the back of the school. By the way, everybody put an outlet on the outside for people that are interested. This is actually the lighting, I believe.
How are you planning on attaching that? Just put some like self-tapping screws?
Pretty nice. So a button right when you exit, or enter I should say. Also outlet on the outside, which is really nice. 2 fans, one here, one in the back, so airflow to go in and out, which is kind of cool. I guess I'm giving some of the tour because I know these vans pretty well. Because Mark, you know, is delegating his team. Totally okay. It's alright, I was giving some of the tour.
Nice.
This is your back, I guess, your water and your power area.
Yeah, so this is the power box that we make. We make it, and so that like this has a 2 battery system in it.
Okay.
We can make it up to 5 batteries in this space.
In that space, really?
Yeah.
So you only pretty much use lithium.
Yeah.
So when you say 2 batteries, that's 210 amp hours because you go 105
Yep,
each. Okay.
yep. So 210 amp hours with a 2,000 watt inverter.
Okay.
And then all the trimmings.
And again, this is a weekend warrior for them, so it's not like a full-time living. Although you can live full-time with 210 amp hours.
Yeah.
It's a little more difficult, but
You have to be more diligent, but
Yeah.
you still can do that for sure.
do you know what the clients are going to be using for stove or heating or?
Induction cooktop, and then they're eventually, they didn't want to do it this time around, but they're eventually going to get just like a little SR airtop heater.
Oh, so you're going to install that later for them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the S-bars are now coming out with the gas conversion ones where you can actually tap into the gas lines
Yep.
instead of just the diesel. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then this side is our water box, so we get like our little extra cubby space in the top there.
By the way, Anthony's putting in trim down here, everybody. So how much water tanks? How much space?
The water tank in here is 20 gallons over the wheel well.
Okay.
And we have just this little thing cut into the side so you can see your water level.
Oh, I like that.
And then
When Anthony moves, I can finally get a shot. I'm just kidding.
Working here! Give me a break!
on the power box, what's cool is, like I said, they wanted to start out with 2 batteries, and then they're like, but we may add to it when we retire. We might end up taking off for like a year, in which case they can just come in, we'll pop this off, and then we'll stick 1 or 2 more batteries in and plug it right into the system. And
So that's what I get that question a lot is like, can you add to a power system?
Absolutely.
You absolutely can. You change out the inverter to make it a bigger inverter? You absolutely can.
Yeah, I would say that the kind of thing that you can think of in that situation is you can add in amp hours anytime. You just can't really back. You can take some out, but
Why would you?
why would you?
But
Right.
the other thing it's harder to add is the solar panel. Right now you have 420,
360,
360,
360 watt panel.
which is more than enough for 210 amp hours. I always try to tell people to go bigger on their panel
Yeah.
to make sure you have enough.
Roof configuration is kind of something that everyone needs to kind of think about when they start their generation power. Depending on how much their generation or their power is, depends on how much wattage they're going to want up on top. 1 fan, 2 fans. Do you want a skylight? Do you want solar panel, fan? Do you want an air conditioner, like a rooftop air conditioner, solar panel, fan? There's tons of different configurations that you can do.
Yep.
Once you kind of figure out what your roof configuration is, then that's going to help determine how big of a power system that you can bring on the
True
inside.
story.
But-
They're all cleaning it out because I think the client's they're gonna clean it now.
Yeah, and we're getting so close. We're about ready to put the bed mattress in, and we've got a queen size bed in this one.
Oh, I
Dude,
see this.
I just got a shout out again. My guys are. This is awesome. Everyone here is so awesome.
Mark was saying was the water level. That's the tank literally right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you have lights back here, buddy?
We do.
Oh, no, you do.
Right there.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's
Who just switched that on for me? Anthony?
I did. Yes.
Your phone's in
He's
here too,
fast
pal.
like a cheetah.
And you have storage up there as well,
I'm
Mark?
just gonna give that to them.
Oh, you have a cubby back here too?
Yep. Yeah, and that's where I was saying we have space to expand a another battery or 2 batteries or 3 batteries.
This is like anybody that's like a weekend warrior. This is perfect because there's so much storage under here.
Yeah.
Like if you're a rock climber, mountain climber, whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna put a couple foldable
kayaks. Thank you. Yes.
Some bicycles.
Perfect. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
This is another switch for the upper lights.
Yeah. So we typically
Oh
in all of our builds we put in 3 switches. So we'll have one back behind the driver's seat so that if you're pulling over to a rest area or something and it's raining or whatever, you can just turn your lights on right there. Then we do a side door light so that, you know, if you open the side door,
yeah.
and then same at the back. So
nifty.
And then this is all on a fader switch, so you can fade the lights up or down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's just like a dimmer, yeah.
Yeah. And then you can turn them off, and then what's cool is the dimmer packs are smart, so they remember the dim that you
Oh, really?
and then you can hold it down and then bring it back up.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty sweet. And then we just use the under cabinet lights as sort of ambient light or direct lighting.
And lastly, just about the power, I know that you and I are on the same page when it comes to charging of the batteries. You want 3 ways to charge the batteries.
Yeah.
Always. What are those 3?
You always are going to want to have an alternator charge, shore power charge, and solar power charge. So
Right.
if you go up 2 feet of snow's on the panel, you can always start up the car and charge batteries.
Yep.
If the car battery's dead, you can plug it in. You know,
Shore power at all,
to
yeah.
Shore power.
Yep.
So, and then each one of those things are going to charge at different levels. So
Yep.
you can plug your shore power in and charge in like 3 or 4 hours. You can leave your solar panel just there and charge in like maybe 8 or 9 hours. Have your alternator power, and that's going to trickle in, probably charge in like somewhere in between the 2.
Yeah, 5, 6, somewhere around there, yeah.
Somewhere around that. So
I'm an advocate of all 3 because that's the way to go.
yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you so much, buddy. Yet again, another
Yeah.
great build.
Sorry,
I know, but this is interesting. I wanted to show everybody kind of the finishing touches. Like, it's not just easy to put this stuff together.
Oh, no.
This was a lot. You had 7 people working on this at the end. All 7 worked on this throughout the entire build.
I would say consistently 4 people are in the van at all times.
At all times, and that's pretty
And
much every one of your
this
vans.
was about a 5.5 to 7 week build.
Right. This is I don't want to say basic build, but this is not as high end as your other high end builds.
It's reproducible.
Right.
Right. So it's high end, but it's
high end finishes.
it's stuff that we can reproduce, which is kind of what I was talking about in the beginning.
Okay.
So we have all these pieces and parts that we can reproduce easily, and then give instruction on how.
So even as a reproduced van, you're still at 6 weeks to build it, which
Yeah.
is like, that's what I'm trying to convey to people. Like, it ain't that easy, even though
it's a long process because we're starting out with a full metal shell. So, you know, there's insulation and framing and
running wires.
running wires, doing electrical, cutting all holes in the van. I mean, the whole thing is a long, arduous, tiring,
Yeah.
but
How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
wonderful process. And then what makes it great is just being able to be around these guys because we're playing pranks and having fun with each other all day long.
Absolutely. Devil in the details, guys. Like, you guys realize that Anthony cut this out right here to fit around that little notch right there. That's called detail work. That's what people don't do, and sometimes. But
Yeah.
even this, holy Christmas, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, good for you, man. Anthony, you did all that?
Yeah, you know, no big deal.
We're gonna let you go so you can finish this up, Mark. Sorry.
2 thumbs and a big smile.
Hey, how can we find you?
Nomadic Customs at Gmail, nomadiccustoms.com, or whatever that is.
Yeah, that's your website.
I'm on like 3 hours of sleep. And
Your Instagram?
Instagram is Nomadic Customs. I still haven't come up with a dance for this yet, but Nomadic with a K,
Mark with a...
Mark with a C.
Okay. Please come up with a dance.
Yeah.
So we can all see you dance.
Something. No, you don't want to see that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Mark. We'll see you later.
Thank you, Jarrod.
Always, buddy.
Yeah.